for under $200 with a $200 discount. Place one in your basement, your bedroom, your family room, put them all over the house. Go to EvenPureDeals.com. Use discount code REDEYE to save $200. That's EvenPureDeals.com. Discount code REDEYE, and shipping is free.
At Progressive Commercial, we know trucking is a serious business. It's why we're serious about trucking insurance. Super trucking serious. And we want truckers to know they can get access to their policies on our mobile app 24 Trucking 7. So if you're a trucker and you're as trucking serious about trucking as we are about trucking insurance, check out ProgressiveCommercial.com. ASA Trucking P. Get a quote in as little as 5 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. If you're a trucking industry professional, then you need to stay on top of changing regulations, equipment upgrades, and technology advancements. Fleet Owner Magazine gives you all of this and more. Written for fleet executives and managers, Fleet Owner gives you the business intelligence on operations, vehicle maintenance, regulations, and information technology you need to stay ahead. But that's not all. With its monthly print publication, daily and weekly email newsletters, and a website updated several times a day, Fleet Owner has all the latest news and information delivered to you when you want it and where you want it. From industry experts to award-winning writers and columnists, Fleet Owner is the #1 source for trucking information in North America. Remember to visit FleetOwner.com every day for the latest industry news. You can also sign up to receive Newsline, their free email newsletter, and subscribe to Fleet Owner Magazine. Visit FleetOwner.com. Fleet Owner, for news you can use.
You know, truck drivers play a critical role in our economy, hauling almost everything we buy. These men and women are the unsung heroes and the backbone of America. When our heroes need support, they turn to the St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund. The St. Christopher Truckers Relief Fund is a 501c3 truck driver charity that steps in to cover necessity household items when an injury or illness takes a driver off the road. Learn more and donate today at truckersfund.org. That's truckersfund.org.
WLWIAM is News Radio 1440, also heard on 95.1 HD3 FM in Montgomery, a Cumulus media station. This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. A days-long search is over for a man suspected of killing 5 of his neighbors in Texas. Officials say a call to a tip line led them to his location, less than 20 miles away from the crime scene near Houston. Correspondent Janet Chamlian from the San Jacinto County Sheriff's Office.
After a desperate manhunt, authorities say they've captured the suspect.
He was caught hiding in a closet underneath some laundry.
Authorities say the alleged gunman, 38-year-old Francisco Oropeza, gunned down his neighbors close to midnight Friday after they asked him to stop firing off rounds in his yard.
Students at the University of California, Davis are on edge after 3 people were stabbed near campus in less than a week. Senior Kara Taylor.
This school is incentivized based on how safe the city of Davis is. And if we don't have that, then what do we have here?
A woman sleeping in a homeless encampment is in critical condition after she was stabbed through her tent Monday. Last week, a 20-year-old student and a 50-year-old man were stabbed to death at different parks near campus. Police in Serbia say they've arrested a teenager who opened fire at school, killing 8 children and a guard. The BBC's Guy Delani.
The incident started at around 8 in the morning at the Vladislav Ribnikar school in Belgrade's central Vračar district. Police say a 14-year-old student in the 7th grade used his father's gun to fire at both students and security guards. Officers arrested the boy and took him away from the scene with his hands cuffed and his head covered with a jacket.
A reprieve for abortion clinics in Utah. CBS's Stacey Lynn.
A judge says the state law banning abortion clinics will not go into effect today as scheduled because of a lawsuit filed by the state's largest abortion provider. Legal analyst Thane Rosenbaum.
This ruling merely keeps the 4 Planned Parenthood facilities in Utah operational while the lawsuit proceeds that challenges the legislature's ban on all abortion clinics.
Promising new results for people with Alzheimer's. Eli Lilly has released new clinical trial data on a large late-stage study demonstrating early-stage patients who received its antibody infusion, donanemab, showed a 35% slower decline in memory, thinking, and ability to perform daily activities. Those same patients were 39% less likely to progress to the next stage of the disease. Sam Cooke had something in common with today's middle schoolers. National Report Card shows 8th graders' test scores in U.S. history and civics have fallen to the lowest levels on record. They are the first education department data on the subject since the pandemic began. This is CBS News.
Don't know much about
Need to hire quality candidates
history.
fast? You need Indeed. Their powerful hiring platform helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit. Let's see, if something costs less, but people are happier.
Everything is getting lower and lower and lower and worse. And we don't act like we don't know why. I'm just flabbergasted. I mean, if you lower the standards on everything is gonna go down. Don't know much about history. Don't know much about reality.
Yeah, you can save a ton and life is better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care. So if you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan you're happy with, you can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. 866-88-BIBLE. That's 866-88-BIBLE. 866-88-BIBLE.
The Super Mario Brothers are caught up in something super illegal.
The Super Mario Brothers movie topped $1 billion at the box office this week, but more than 9 million people watched it for free on Twitter. An account called Vids That Go Hard posted the entire pirated movie on the platform. The quality wasn't the best, but it was up for 7 hours before Twitter took it down. Another account had it up for an hour. Both are now suspended. The leak comes months after Elon Musk fired staff and made major changes to how Twitter moderates its content. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
Bud Light struggling to make amends amid the backlash over the company's hire of a transgender influencer to promote sales. It's boosting marketing spending on a slate of new ads and offering distributors free beer to try to stop sales from plummeting further. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack. So,
Don't know much about history. Don't know much about reality.
so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of news. So how do they do it?
Happy trails to you.
Dissecting politics with exclusive interviews, commentary, and humor. Useful Idiots with Katie Halbert and Aaron Fonte.
Major news, guys. I know we're talking about it at an historic moment. Something huge happened. Justice was done, and a major step towards democracy was taken when Katie Halbert Twitter was restored.
Congratulations.
And the home of the. Well, thank you very much. much about his glory. And let us go.
Your WSFA First Alert weather forecast on News Radio 1440. This report is sponsored by Window World River Region. Increase home value. And the industry's strongest lifetime limited warranty. Search Window World River Region today.
Another chilly start this morning in the mid and upper 40s, but we're going to rebound nicely again, just like yesterday, up in the 70s, about 76 degrees, all sunshine, not as windy as yesterday, but still a little breezy, wind speeds of 10 to 15 miles per hour. For tonight, we're back down into the mid 40s, another chilly night tonight, not far from record lows, upper 70s to about 80 tomorrow, all sunshine, more clouds, but still dry Friday, highs in the low 80s. That's your First Alert forecast. I'm meteorologist Tyler Seabury for News Radio 1440.
Montgomery Skywatch traffic brought to you by Sons Automotive, family owned, family driven on News Radio 1440.
Montgomery, right now things are looking good. Nothing's being reported by the authorities that would send you on an alternate route. Interstate system's moving into the Tri-County area from Plant, Auburn, and Greenwood. No problems on Highway 14 or 231 coming out of Selma and 231 south out of Wetumpka, north out of Troy, still carrying light traffic. High school students get a jump start of your college career with dual enrollment at Trenton State. Trenton State, today's college for tomorrow's world. Buckle up, it's the law for Montgomery Skywatch traffic. This is Major Delay.
Good morning, I'm Jasmine Williams at WSFA 12 News. Here's what's happening this Wednesday. School officials say the dozen of Pine Level Elementary School students who broke out in rashes and eye irritation most likely caused an overexposure to pollen. The school system says multiple local and federal experts came to that conclusion after conducting days worth of testing. Tests indicated there were no harsh chemicals in the area. Former Alabama Crimson Tide player and NFL player Henry Ruggs told a judge he would plead guilty to causing a crash that killed a woman in Las Vegas. Steele will send the 24-year-old Montgomery native to prison for 3 to 10 years. Police say Ruggs' blood alcohol level was twice the legal limit, and he was driving 156 miles an hour when he crashed into the Central Court. The retirement system of Alabama is accepting the construction of the Alabama State House. The current State House is demolished and new building. I'm Chaz Williams at yours.
Another Guardian Credit Union store.
Hey, are you telling the same as usual?
Yeah.
How's your baby girl doing?
She's great, but with 3 kids, we really need more space.
You should check out Guardian Credit. We get a home every month and we have more than 2 kids in the Really? Yeah, my mom got a Guardian home loan to buy her house. Every time.
Thanks. I'll check them out.
Connect with Guardian for all your lending needs.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
Is keeping you from living a life you love? The Good Feet Store's arch supports are designed to improve performance and alleviate, even eliminate your foot, knee, hip, or back pain. Stop into your local Good Feet store today for a free personalized fitting and test walk, or make an appointment at goodfeet.com. Try before you buy. You've got nothing to lose. The Good Feet Store, America's arch support experts, improving people's lives 2 feet at a time.
Come fix my home, Bill Bradley. Come fix my home. I need you right away. My faucet's leaking, there's water on the floor. Can't take it one more day. Come fix my home, Bill Bradley. Come fix my home. I know you won't delay. For one flat rate price, I know it will be right. Bill Bradley, won't you please fix my home? Come fix my home, Bill Bradley. Come fix my home. I know you won't delay. For one flat rate price, I know it will be right.
Bill Bradley, won't you please fix my home?
Just Blinds in Prattville is your trusted local source for all things quality and beauty when it comes to window treatments for your home. Well, no question that you arrives in full force. Just Blinds can help you not only cool down your home and outdoor living space, Just Blinds can help you save money on those home too. With the latest in energy efficient shades and blinds, complete with a range of modern and smart home options. Visit our Just Blinds showroom in Prattville Prattville or online at
Oh.
gojustlines.com. Visit gojustlines.com and stay
All right.
cool.
Telling it like it really is.
That's enough.
It's the Dan Bongino Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on News Radio 1440.
And here we go.
Sometimes you need to reset, refocus on your day.
Good morning,
Take a
people.
deep breath and change the focus.
It's time to rise and shine.
This is Decisions with Kevin Elkins.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It is time to rise and shine once again. For it is once again, you're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It's time to rise and shine. It is time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something that'll give you a new perspective or change the one you have. Either way, it's good for the soul. Good morning. It is May the 3rd. Today's daily bread is entitled Tired Tents. Our scripture insight today comes from 2 Corinthians 4:16 and 5:5. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, it is May the 3rd, 2023. It is a day that has never been. And it is a day that once it's gone, it will never come again. You don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done that you didn't today. But more importantly, you don't get a chance to come back and do all the things that you should have done that you didn't. You don't get to summon it from the past. And once it's gone, there's no coming back. If you have lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we're blessed and given the grace and mercy of God, I'm not sure, but we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should never be, then it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with it? Well, whatever we do, while we can, for as long as we can, until we can't. We need to reach back every once in a while and help somebody else along the way. Maybe just with a smile, a hand of friendship. Doesn't take much, but do something. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, and no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say that is the standard by which you live life. You should always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you will never be a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must. Rest if you can. But you never, ever give up. Because quitters never win. And while winners may lose a time or two, they'll never be a failure because they haven't quit. My mother said nothing beats a failure. Nothing but another try. Martin Luther King said, if you cannot run, walk. And if you cannot walk, crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward. Don't ever give up. Never give up. And no matter what happens this day in our lives, it is still now, yesterday, and tomorrow, if we see it, a great day to be alive. Tired Tents. That's our daily bread for this day, May the 3rd, 2023. Good morning to you, Montgomery.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Our writer today is Arthur Jackson, and the devotional is titled Tired Tents. The tent is tired. Those were the words of my friend Paul, who pastors a church in Nairobi, Kenya. Since 2015, the congregation has worshiped in a tent-like structure. Now, Paul writes, our tent is worn out and it's leaking when it rains. My friend's words about their tent's structural weaknesses remind us of the Apostle Paul's words regarding the frailty of our human existence. Outwardly, we are wasting away. While we are in this tent, we groan and are burdened. Though the awareness of our fragile human existence happens relatively early in life, we become more conscious of it as we age. Indeed, time picks our pockets. The vitality of youth surrenders reluctantly to the reality of aging. Our bodies, our tents, get tired. But tired tents need not equate to tired trust. Hope and heart need not fade as we age. Therefore, we do not lose heart, the apostle says. The one who has made our bodies has made himself at home there through his Spirit. And when this body can no longer serve us, we'll have a dwelling not subject to breaks and aches. We'll have a building from God, an eternal house in heaven. Hear the word of the Lord from 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 16 through chapter 5, verse 5. Therefore, we do not lose heart, though outwardly we are wasting away, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. For we know that if the earthly tent we live in is destroyed, we have a building from God, an eternal house in heaven, not built by human hands. Meanwhile, we groan, longing to be clothed instead with our heavenly dwelling, because when we are clothed, we will not be found naked. For while we are in this tent, we groan and are burdened, because we do not wish to be unclothed, but to be clothed instead with our heavenly dwelling, so that what is mortal may be swallowed up by life. Now the one who has fashioned us for this very purpose is God, who has given us the Spirit as a deposit, guaranteeing what is to come. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for your continual presence. When we are physically uncomfortable, in pain, and distracted with this life, would you help us to trust you even as we anticipate an eternal dwelling that will last forever? And it's in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thanks for listening today. My name is Wes Ward, and today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
You've had the word. Now it's time to get up and take on the world. All right, let's get it going. General, somebody get the first sergeant major out here. It's time for PT this morning. Okay, they're not retired yet. All right, General. To the sun, no sweat, not yet. Down in the mess hall on my knees. We got nothing to eat but a can of beans. Nothing to eat but a can of beans. The bread was moldy and the meat was bad. Bread was moldy and the meat was bad. You know darn well that you can't eat that. You know darn well that you can't eat that. Here we go. All the way. Gotta be rough and tough. Air, boom. All the way. When I was young, always wanted to be in the 82nd Airborne, easing the breeze. Now that I'm here, I'm gonna do it right. Jump from an aircraft while in flight. All the way, airborne, all All the way, baby, all the way.
All the way, airborne, all the way, driving on.
Driving on.
Early one morning in the drizzling.
Well, I picked up my parachute and boarded the plane. Jump master said 1 minute to go. Green light lead with the cheering blow.
All the way, airborne, all the way, driving on, driving on. All the way, airborne, all the way, driving on.
Here we go, all the way, gotta be rough and tough, airborne.
All the way. All right, so make it start, man. First right now, right now, time to do PT. I'll be calling the kings today. All right? All right, so let's do it. There we go. All the way. Here we go. Every day. My name on the dotted line. And all I do is double time. Oh, yeah. Up the hill, down the hill, down the hill, up the hill, down the hill, whatever. Airborne. C-130 rolling down the strip. Airborne daddy gonna take a little trip. Oh yeah. Hook up, shuffle to the door. And jump right out and count to 4. Woo! Don't open wide. I got a reserve by my side. Oh yeah. And if that one should fail me too, look out below, 'cause I'm coming through. Hey, every day. Hey, every day. On the old drop zone. Oh yeah. Box me up and send me home. Pin my wings up on my chest. And tell my girl I did my best. Oh yeah, let's do it. Hey, every day. Hey, every day. Woo! Woo! All right now. Woo! And now, as we do every morning, we pay homage to all of our armed forces of the United States of America. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, and Coast Guard, and don't forget Space Force. I don't know if they earned a seat at the table yet, but they're part of the family. And also, let's say good morning to all of our local heroes, Montgomery Police Department, Daryl Albert and the gang, Sheriff Derek Cunningham and his gang, Sheriff, and also say good morning to the mayor of the great city of Montgomery, Mr. Stephen Reed. Also, anything else we got going on? Yeah, city council meeting, yes. Oh, we got a lot of things to talk about the city council meeting last night, I'm just telling you. Oh, and tell you how I lost $50 yesterday listening to news. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. You'll get it. I was gonna put some gas in the car with that money. Anyway, what we're gonna do? It's time to get up. And don't forget the Montgomery Sanitation Department, my good friends over there, always doing their job way before I'm up first thing in the morning. Also, the Maintenance Department, City of Montgomery. Clean City Commission, doing a great job. Make sure the city is staying clean. And just remember, ladies and gentlemen, show some class. Pick up your trash. I don't mean the trash in the trash can. I mean the trash that you throw out the car, okay? I'm just saying. Can we just save that, put it in a bag somewhere, or leave it in the car till you get home, whatever the case may be. Because I got people out there spying with cell phones watching you, waiting for you to dump it out the car. Oh, yeah, I got something for you. So what's the motto for today? Show some class. Pick up your trash. Oh, yeah, I love that. So the next time you see somebody throw something out their car, just say they're classless. Got no class. So anybody want to hear my story one more time about me and the Marines? Just one more time? Okay. I'm only going to tell it if somebody wants to hear it. Army, Navy, Coast Guard, Air Force, and the United States Marines. Oh, don't forget the Space Force. I don't want them to say we disrespect them or anything like that. Yeah. Although I'm still trying to figure out. Okay, that's enough of that. I'm still trying to figure out what Space Force does. I mean, somebody's got to tell me. Is there anybody in town that's in Space Force? Come on, just call on the phone. Tell me what you do. I'm not good. I keep hearing about these balloons keep flying over the United States. So I figure if you're in Space Force, you should pop them suckers down when you see them. They shouldn't even be flying across the United States. That's why we call you Space Force. And then we got the Air Force with the nice planes and all that stuff. And we still let balloons come across our sky? Come on, man. You think the United States Army would let the Ruskies come across the Georgia line to come into Alabama? Of course not. So what's going on with you guys? Got the big old airplane, the F-35, the F-16, and we still got balloons going across our nation? Come on, man. All right, then. I'm just saying, Air Force, let's get it together. Okay, let's get it together. Heard about one the other day. Come on. Do I need to rejoin so I can stop all this from happening? Come on, man. All right, then. Brother trying to be asleep at night. Now I've got to wonder if I can sleep and if the balloons are looking at me overhead, just trying to check us out and everything. I'm just asking the question. I don't know. I'm just asking the question. That's just one of those things. Anyway, good morning to everybody. I hope that they find you well. And I'll tell you about my trials and tribulations in the refrigerator and the food. I heard them talking last night. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to tell you the conversation I heard them having. Yeah. Food in the refrigerator. Yeah, they be communicating. Yeah. And you know how I know I'm telling the truth? You know how I know that I'm telling you it's accurate? Because I opened the refrigerator today. I had left the cheese on the shelf. But guess what? When I opened the refrigerator this morning, when I went in there to make me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for breakfast, you know what happened? Put a little cheese in there too, because I like a little cheese with the peanut butter and jelly. And I put that in there, and the cheese, 3 pieces of cheese was gone. So we got somebody that ran away. Because I counted the cheese last night when I put it in there. Yeah. Now 3 pieces of cheese is gone. And I would have never known it had I not had me a peanut butter and jelly and cheese sandwich this morning. Okay. So I wouldn't have known that. So you see, they are trying to escape the refrigerator. So I'll have to look in there and see whether or not they're hiding behind the bread or something. I don't know. But I can't find them. Okay. So 3 of my pieces of cheese have ran away. Now I started to call the police to report, a runaway. But I decided to slow my roll on that one because, they were probably thinking I was crazy. Hello, 911. 911. Yes, it is. Well, I need to report a runaway. Now, I mean, this is how it's going to sound to you guys. Who ran away? Your child? No child's in the house. They sleep. They're good. But my cheese. Can I get your name, sir? Yeah, my name is B-Dog. B-Dog, yeah, B-D-O-G. Yeah, B-Dog. Yeah, B Dog. Can you can you tell me where you live? Well, I live in Montgomery. Okay. Do you got an address? Well, I'll give you that in a minute because you don't need to come over here because the cheese is gone. So no sense coming over. I just want to report that the cheese has ran away. Okay. Now, Mr. B Dog, you know this is 911, right? This is 911. We don't run after cheese. Well, it's more than cheese to me. Well, I understand that, but we worry about people. So what you telling me that my concern is not as much as your concern? I go in the refrigerator and I look in there last night. There are 3 pieces of cheese gone that were there when I went to bed last night, and you tell me it's unimportant to you? Well, that's not what I'm saying, Mr. D Dog. I'm just saying that it's not a priority. It's not high on the priority list when it comes to emergencies. Okay, but I'll tell you what, D Dog, you just give me your address, and I'm gonna send somebody over to see you. But I'll think about that, later on. I'll think about giving you the address later on. If I can't find the cheese, I'll call you back. Okay, Mr. B Dog, we appreciate your call. You see, I know that's what would happen. Then they hang up the phone. They be laughing at me like I'm crazy. All right, but that's okay. I'm gonna find my own cheese because I would have. See, I wanted to really make a missing persons report last night, but you really can't call a person. Yeah, you can't. You can't call them a person because then they probably sent guys with white coats to the house, and I have a lot of explaining to do. So I don't even know if we got people in white coats anymore to come get anybody anyway, because that's so a lot of folks wouldn't be on the street. Anyway, so let us go. I'm just telling you, but I got this under control now. The cheese. I can't believe 3 of them ran away. Look at that, man. 3. I could have said one runs away, but he took the whole family with him. Come on, man. Look at that.
knows. Chico's really knows. Chico's it's not the food Chico's the first use. Now they buy Chico's stuff.
Sonia, Sonia. Sonia, Sonia, Sonia.
Needle. Their powerful matching technology delivers so many qualified candidates. It's like finding a needle in a needle stack. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. For less than
Information. 800-222-4544. 800-222-4544.
Telling it like it really is. And the Zemo Show. It's from 11 to 2.
Okay, we're back. Good morning. A little bridge over troubled water for you this morning. Okay, now, how's everybody doing? Everybody's doing well. Doing pretty good. Calm down now. So yesterday, I'm hearing, I'm rolling down the street, right? I'm sitting in the house, just looking at life, thinking about the journey, and all of a sudden, I get a news bit from. I don't know where the news bit came from. There was a shooting at our school at the league, and I'm saying, really? So now I didn't get all untethered because I know every time there's a shooting in a neighborhood by one of our public schools, and I'm not a fan of the leadership of public school at the moment, but I want to blame them for what they're to blame for, but not what they're not to blame for. They wasn't blamed for this because evidently there was no shooting in school. There was a shooting somewhere in the neighborhood, so they put the school on lockdown, which I'm okay with that. In all due haste, do a little, protect the kids, okay? Even the ones that probably are the enemy. But do your best to protect them. But I think lockdowns in public schools should be internal. I think they should not let anybody in, nobody out. But let's not put it all on the newspaper. We're all locked down, okay? But lock it down. I'm with you. You don't want nobody going outside, getting hurt or anything like that. That's a reasonable thing to do. But here's what's not so reasonable about this. Okay? Here's what's not so reasonable about this. It cost me $50. Because you know why it cost me $50? Because, anytime your child is in harm's way, or you think he's in harm's way, or somebody thinks in my way, first thing you do, you grab your keys, you run out your door, and you're going to get them, which is what I was headed to do. Go get them. But I made a drastic mistake. I ran out the house, locked the door, go get the car, and then I find out, whoop, I don't have the key. I guess the key are still in the car. No, they're in the house. Well, I don't have a lock. Now I can't get back in the house because I don't have any key. So, cost me. Actually, they gave me a break. They normally charge $65. Okay. Then I took it down to $55. Then I found out I only had $50 cash on me, so they took that too. They took that. That's good. Would have cost me. So they saved me $15 because I was broke almost. So anyway, so here's my problem. Just because there's a shooting in the neighborhood, someplace, do we really have to attach that shooting to Montgomery Public School? Seriously? Do we really have to scare the hell out of everybody because there's a shooting? They shoot all the time around here. Okay? Shooting is a sport in Montgomery, Alabama. It is a sport. Yes, I heard the chief yesterday at the city council meeting said that things are getting better, and they probably are someplace. It's not the full side of town that I live in. I'm just saying. So can we do a little bit better job and not traumatizing everybody who has children at a particular school? Because that $50 could have bought me some groceries, some gas. Could have bought my kid an extra PlayStation game or something. Come on, man. I'm just saying, so somebody yesterday cost me $50 and somebody gonna pay it back. They probably won't. Okay, what they have to do? You do anything for your kids, right? So I'm going up there. I got to take on everybody. Then I had a little interaction with a policeman. Oh, you're gonna like this one because I ticked him off big time. But anyway, let's keep moving on to lessons of life and the word of the day. It is 6:45 in the morning. I mean, that police officer was absolutely mad. I think if it had been nighttime, he'd put a whoop ass on him, brother. And I'm going to fight him. So yeah, he wouldn't have. Yeah. But he ticked me off. Okay, I'll tell you what he did. So I'm going over to the school, right? And I'm asking the police officer, well, what happened? I don't know. I said, well, why are we here? I don't know. Well, why? I mean, can you tell me something? I don't know nothing. And he had corporal stripes on, right? So I'm saying to myself, so I just told him. He said, you sound like a private, not a corporal. You don't know anything? So, I mean, police, don't insult the intelligence of the citizen. Okay? We know you know something. Just say, I know, but I can't tell you. Okay? Because it sounded like a good-ass private to me yesterday. You didn't show any diamonds with which was right. But still, I had to put something on when I came out the door. But at least, I don't know. I mean, his only answer was, I don't know. I don't know. Now, they don't already cost me $50 coming out of the house, lost my lunch money, and then I'm up at the school and I don't see nothing going on, and all this worrying and stuff. And then the police said, the best thing, I don't know. Oh, that is bad yesterday. Smack me if I wasn't scared of going to jail being Big Brother's girlfriend. I don't know. So what the hell are you doing out here for that? If you don't know nothing. Anyway, that's what I do yesterday. That's what I do. And moving on. I just thought I'd catch up. The word of the day is PGREGIOUS. Okay, which is what happened to me yesterday when I talked to this police officer. Okay, its answers were egregious. That is the word PGREGIOUS, which means obviously and notably. So his answers to me yesterday were egregious. Okay, noticeably and obviously bad. I'll let you know that. So Daryl, I understand that you can't give a whole bunch of information, but don't have your police officers talk to us like I'm 66 years old. A couple weeks ago, I live. Don't talk to me like a dumbass. Okay? Say you can't tell me or something like that, but don't say I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Doggone great. Anyway, now let's move right along. Move right along. So, now this is an interesting lesson of life, and it's a serious one, and it is one that goes to the heart. Who we are as human beings. Everyone in their life, at some point, needs to cry. Not because you want to, it is because every once in a while in your life you need to. And there's no shame when things hurt. The shame would be if you've never had anything to hurt for. So there are some days that are not as good as others. Don't be ashamed to let that show. If your friends are truly your friends, they'll lend your shoulder to cry on. And sometimes you can be that shoulder for them to cry on. No shame. The shame would be go through your whole life and never having anything to cry for. Okay? Jimmy Valvano said, every day you should cry, you should think, you should. And he said, if you have a day like that, and believe me, if you live long enough, you will get days like that, where you'll cry some, you'll laugh some, you'll. So, just hope you live long enough to have those days. And it's Wednesday, May the 3rd. It is the 123rd day of the year. It was on this day in 1979, Conservative Party leader Margaret Thatcher was chosen to become Britain's first female prime minister as the Tories ousted the incumbent Labour government in parliamentary election. In 1802, Washington, D.C. was incorporated as a city. Still 1 year. 1937, Margaret Mitchell won the Pulitzer Prize for her novel. Guess what? Everybody knows it. Gone with the Wind. 1947, Japan's post-war constitution took effect. 1948, the Supreme Court in Shelley versus Kramer ruled that covenants prohibiting the sale of real estate to blacks or members of racial groups were legally unenforceable. Yeah, we still couldn't make them do it. 1960, Harvey Smith, Tom Jones' musical The Fantastics began a nearly 42-year run in New York Sullivan Street Playhouse. The year was 1987. The Miami Herald said it's reported that observed a young woman spending Friday night and most of Saturday at a Washington townhouse belonging to Democratic presidential candidate Gary Hart. The woman was later identified as Donna Rice. The resulting controversy torpedoed his presidential bid. In 2006, a federal jury in Alexandria, Virginia, rejected the death penalty for Al-Qaeda conspirator Zacarias Moussaoui, deciding he would spend life in prison for his role in 9/11. As he led from the courtroom, he said, "America, you lost." Okay. 2009, Mexican President Felipe Calderon told state television that a nationwide shutdown and an aggressive informational campaign appeared to have helped curtail the outbreak of swine flu in Mexico. In 2011, Chicago's Derrick Rose became, at age 22, the NBA's youngest MVP. In 2015, two gunmen, were shot and killed by police officers in Garland, Texas, after they opened fire outside a purposely provocative contest for cartoon depictions of the Prophet Muhammad. In 2016, the stunning triumph of political outsider Donald Trump all but clinched the Republican presidential nomination with a resounding victory in Indiana. We went to the over top. That knocked out rival Ted Cruz out of the race. I like that. 2018, a federal grand jury in Detroit indicted Volkswagen CEO Martin Winterkorn on charges of stemming from the company's diesel emissions cheating scandal. And under Germany's constitution, he could not be extradited to the United States to face charges. Good. So we're going to bring somebody over there because no gas came up the tailpipe and he thought shit. All the crap we have done all over the world. 10 years ago, U.S. officials published online a selection of the letters from Osama bin Laden. Latest hideaway. The documents portrayed a network that was weak, inept, and under siege. Leaders seemingly near wit's end about the passing of the global jihad supposed glory day. And it was 5 years ago. President John Mahmoud met in the White House with Palestinian leader Mohammed Abbas, promising to do whatever is necessary to forge an Israeli-Palestine peace deal. I think they're still working on it. And 1 year ago, the elevated section of Mexico City metro collapsed as subway cars were passing over it, killing 20 people. Right then, what else going on? Bill and Melinda Gates said they were divorcing at the 27th year. I've seen Melinda. That's on blame Bill. Oh, no, actually, Melinda's coming. It was one of them. Bill was the one who was in that camp. The Microsoft co-founder and his wife said they would continue to work together in the world's largest private charitable foundation. Singer-songwriter Lord Price, an early rock and roll star and Hall of Famer, member whose hits included Lordy, It's Claudie, died in the suburban New York who was 88 years old. Lordy, Miss Claudie, I think that. Birthdays today, if you have one. Frankie Valley, 88. That's the only one on the list I really know the rest of. Oh, Christopher Cross, my man. Yeah, I like Christopher Cross, 71 years old. Rock musician David Ball, 12 cell 63. Country singer Shane Minor, 54. But we'll get to young from that. Actor Amy Ryan, never heard of it, is 54. Actor Bobby Calizo, or whatever his name is, kind of a, well, close to it. It's 52. Music and producer, actor, somebody else's birthday too. I don't know what it is. It is National Paranormal Day. You know what that means? I mean, what's the word they look at last night? AAPI, it's National Women's Equal Pay Day. I still don't know anyone in the world right now, in America right now, that's not even but the other children doing the same job with the same experience and the same everything. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Constitution Memorial. That's from Japan. Great American Jump Out, whatever that means, I don't know. Hey, Great American, let's give up our jumping move. Jump out. That means if you're grumpy, today you can't do. Okay. National Anxiety Disorder Screening Day. That's all we got. National Chocolate Custard Day. I love you. Yeah. I think I'm going to change my name to Chocolate. When I was coming up, they used to call me Chocolate. But it didn't sound so good coming out of there lots of times. I don't know. National Garden Meditation Day, National Interpreter Appreciation Day, and there's sometimes we need interpreters. National Justice Day. We can have a long talk about that. Because I don't know really what justice is. National Lumpy Grits Day. Right on. I love some lumpy grits. I know every guy in town I know. And Captain Jelly over there, you got any grits for lumpy grits for me, everybody get it. National Public Radio Day. National Raspberry Popover Day. You know exactly what that is. Okay. National Steel Trades Day. Like people like me who have a steel and a trade. National Specially Able Pets Day. Those special pets that help us do things in our daily lives. National Textile Day. That reminds me of hard work. Forget that one. National, let's see, National 3 Different Colored Shoes Day. I'm good with that. So, as a matter of fact, one day I can't wear 2 different colored shoes on. That's because they were dark when I put them on. I couldn't do. Project Aces Day. And National Sun Day. I don't mean Sunday. I mean Sun Day. And if we ever have a day without the sun, we won't be talking about this. Let's see. Wordsmith Day. That's my middle name. Wordsmith Day is a time to celebrate and recognize great talk shows. WordPress Freedom Day. Okay. That's it. That's all the days there. And it's 58 minutes after the hour. So let us go and talk about, the city council meeting yesterday was good. And Lee High School thing cost me $50 because somebody said they were shooting. They were not. They were shooting around. Which, that ain't no big deal in Montgomery right now. We shoot everywhere, every day, all the time. Okay? So I'm just saying. Ran out the house, left my keys in the house, cost me $50 on a limit. Anyway, now how am I gonna get that $50 back? I don't have it. But anyway, look at that. So don't try to go no place. What's wrong with you, man? Yeah, ran out of the house, go run up to the school and the keys all in the house. I mean, $50. Man. And nothing's wrong. They shot the neighborhood. Every time they do this around me, they bring the public school up. I got my own criticism for the public school. But they don't need to be criticized because somebody shooting in the neighborhood. There's a shooting in the vicinity. But they're gonna call all the parents. Maybe it's an automatic. You got all the parents, so you'll know. In other words, that comes from you're not able to your comprehension. You read the headline. You've got to read the story in order to, if you don't have the picture. That's you. Okay. And what is the rest of the story? Yeah, I do know the rest of the story. Until you know the rest of the story, don't react.
Jennifer Rodriguez, a days-long manhunt is over. Accused of killing 5 of his neighbors, including.
Why did it cause him to follow? Well, that's my kid. I agree. Now, you should not make that mistake. Yeah. That should be one time you make that mistake. The next time you leave here. Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Now, you know what? You're not going to do it. Yeah, I am. That's it. You'll forget about that. Hey, you make them, man.
Enforcement officials in Oklahoma say the bodies of 5 of 7 people found in rural Henrietta. The photos of a convicted sex offender, his wife, and 4 children. The woman with 2 teenagers who have been visited. Janet Moore, grandchildren, and relatives.
Protect yourself. Protect your children. They are not. I'm just thinking of another person.
She said Jesse McFadden had kept his family in warm and cheese. Just into overseas, Russia claims Ukraine has tried to attack the Kremlin with drones with the aim of assassinating Vladimir Putin. Officials say he wasn't there at the time. Russia calls it a terrorist act, giving it the right to respond. Could be more weekly weather this summer. Here's Fox McCormick. The head of the World Meteorological Organization says the El Nino pattern is likely to develop later this year, and that could contribute to rising global temperatures from July to September. It isn't clear how bad the heat could be. The hottest storm was 2016, when strong El Nino combined with climate change to fuel the temperatures. This is what 19th have just been announced and Mickey makes the cut, so we keep most of the else. Go right against the machine and what to do. This is CBS News.
Maybe the chicken soup martini is just what the doctor ordered. More tools have taken over Instagram. This was the self-care and Joe mixed with ingredient. Excellent straightened into a glass. Except garnished with a glass of alcohol. One doctor said, maybe the remedy and a boozy juice. Unfortunately, likely to symptoms. CBS News.
The Elfman, why is this? Wow. Going on really? Everybody likes to text you. You got there, you wine. I heard it, so sick. I'm not trying to figure out what's good for water and people. It's like peas. I wouldn't know how to. I do know how to answer them. Because I actually that's okay. You see them out. I don't want to know that story. I don't want to know that story. It's dark. I don't know what but it doesn't taste like anything. It don't taste like yes, it doesn't taste like it's no taste to it at all. The one I had one. Somebody else's pig. You ain't never tasted it, you don't know. I know it's a thing. It wasn't salty. Because, in other words, and that was one of the things that I thought about. Well, you're right. Don't be much more. It'll make you dehydrated. Yeah, it's like drinking seawater. If you're out down in the sea and you get thirsty, don't drink the water. Yeah, because you'll die of thirst quicker. You'll be dehydrated. Same thing for you. That's why fish tastes like salt. I'll take their word for it. Well, mine didn't taste like salt. I learned something. It wasn't no big deal. Some things I don't want to know. It wasn't no big deal. That's one of those things down that line. It's one of the Army things. You know, I grabbed something in the dark. I was thirsty. Only you. Oh, this thing's kind of funny. I don't even want to know how that is. Oh, before you explain it the first time. Yeah. Stop it and breathe. Please. He said he was a good state cavalry. Must have said something you like. That was just an argument. It wasn't really arguments. It was. You said it was good. I know you like that. What did I do for you? Well, maybe to everybody else it was what it was to me. Well, good evening. I love this song. But you got that Mangione. Anyway, this is a great song. Anyway, yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm mellowed out. Just runaways last night. Yeah. Runaways. I don't know why people run away. This is runaway. I don't know. Yeah, lost two of my friends last night. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Hope this day finds you well. I'm that voice here. That's Donald Jenkins. It must be the first Thursday of the month, first Wednesday of the month, which it is. And he's hanging out with us on the first and third Wednesday. So he, has a different perspective. One is absolutely opposite of mine most of the time. Every once in a while. There we go. So you want to ask me what three friends are? What is this Larry? No. Brad. There were three pieces of cheese in this week. Where did they go? Yeah, we'll cover that another time. Anyway. I feel like a lot of people. Yeah. Oh, did you hear about? You want to know what hypocrisy is? And we're not going to get into this one because I know you don't like this. But hypocrisy is the Democrats blaming the national remember blaming talking about Justice Thomas needs to be investigated because he took a couple of trips on somebody's yacht and stuff like that. And then we find out that every justice up there has friends and they go on trips and they do all kinds of things. But the only one they brought up was Justice Thomas, Thomas, because they just hate the guy. Every last one of them do it up there now. What is it? What hypocrisy? The Democrat Party, the National Democrat Party, they should be disbanded and never allowed on anybody. Yes. And of course, our folks don't like the guy going to pounce on everybody. Everybody up there does that. Everybody. And they just look at this guy like he's a crook. He's just taking the money and taking a ride to being in food for everybody. And everything just up there. Get in and come every day. It's just the hypocrisy. I like that. I don't think he speaks enough on the court. I think he sits there sometimes like an hour on the law. But recently he's been speaking. About 10, 15 years, he didn't say much. He just the thing, way this little thing down. No. When they lie on one man, when they say one man is corrupt because he did this, then we find out that every last justice up there does the same thing. The reason I say that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All of their friends. All their friends. It don't matter. That gets into it. It doesn't make you corrupt because you got a friend. No, it gets into the room and you start talking about it. It's hard anything. You take a lot of time. So within the context, whether it's Republican or no matter who the judge is, within the context. So it's not a matter of Democrat. Yes, and that is your perspective. They live by. In other words, there is no Democratic philosophy. There is no Republican philosophy. It doesn't exist. On the Supreme Court. It has never existed. Everybody has a different philosophy. I'm telling you, the parties exist for one reason. No. That's it. It has no philosophy. Well, the Republican Party has no philosophy. The Democratic Party has no philosophy. They have issues that will sell to a group of people. That's all it is. And there is no difference. You know what? I'm old enough to remember there was no such thing as a difference being in a philosophy because of your party. There used to be conservative Republicans and liberal Republicans.
There used to be conservative Democrats and liberal Democrats. There is no such thing as that. But you know what? How in the world can the very same people not do exactly the same thing? It's only what they put out there in the public. And the people accept and people perceive it when it is not. There's no difference between the Republican and Democratic Party. All they do is
well, as a practical matter, you're right. But as a philosophical one, you are wrong. They both believe, yeah. As a practical matter, when they get up there, all they do is try to grasp or whatever spell they can get, whatever ounce of power they get. But that's true. But philosophically, they do believe in certain, at least they do believe in certain different things. Yes, they do.
Their issues, our own issues.
Issues will make all of us up.
No issues. No.
They're
selling it.
Hey, good morning. Who's this? Daniel, good morning, sir. How you doing? Now, I am not familiar with you, and forgive me for doing that because, you know, I know you're a big football star and everything, for the Jaguars. You haven't seen Cam Newton around in this one. Now, have you seen him around lately? I was just wondering. I think he went off the boat somewhere a long time ago. But I love the guy's football acumen. He's a good player. But he got enough.
Why are you calling?
Well, I know he's calling. But anyway. Okay, I'm sorry. Anyway, you are doing something that most young folks don't do. And I saw somebody sent me a press release the other day. And I just want to talk. Well, what are you doing? Aren't you doing it this Saturday? You decided to give back to your community? Well, we appreciate. Now, where is this event going to take place? Okay, so you went to Lee High School. When did you graduate? When did you graduate from that? Okay, been a minute. Not too long ago. My son goes to Lee High School now, as a matter of fact. It's an interesting school. Okay, so what brought this about? I mean, you just wanted to give back to the. I mean, you know, most time when you go to the NFL, you know, you forget about the brothers back here, but you didn't do that. Why? So you didn't forget about us. Okay. Yeah. Now, what church did you go to church in Montgomery? Okay. Oh, okay then. And you have been in the NFL for how long? Okay. Okay. You like the environment? You like it, or is it what you expected it to be, or tougher than you expected it to be? About your expectations and reality of it. And did I lose him again? Come on, man. You know. Call me back. All the way back. I messed around and hit the wrong button. That was the first time that ever happened. Let's see if this is before I get back to. Come on, who's this? Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. Hey, hold on for 1 second. Don't go anywhere because I got him back. So let me see if I can get him uh back on the air. Okay, hey, that was my fault. I hit the wrong button. What can I tell you? I hit the wrong button. Because talking to a big NFL star, I get nervous. Well, you went to church. You went to a church on off Atlanta Highway, and that's what we were talking about. And I'm asking you, did the NFL? Is it all the things that you thought it would be? Had there been any disappointments, or had you been pleasantly surprised at the environment? Hmm. Right, right. One of the things I've always said that about young folks today is that they see the product sometimes without seeing the process. You've been blessed to see to go through the process and see the product at the end. And that is everybody. There are no shortcuts in life. Whenever you do good, it takes you a long time to do it, and you have to be willing to sacrifice in order to get to the end. And I mean that's I don't care if you're a computer guy, a football player, a guy who wants to be the best cook at the restaurant. You've got to sacrifice in order to be the best that there is. There's no easy. There's just no shortcut to that. And I thank you for coming back here because normally I'm always talking about young folks like they lost in the woods someplace. It is a pleasure to be able to talk to somebody, and this is not a religious show, so you don't have to bring up God or anything like that unless you really believe that. And that's what I'm appreciative of that your parents, do they still live here in Montgomery? Okay, I'm a play, and you are the legacy by which they leaving behind, and you are really you're a great kid. So Lee High School is going to be on Saturday. What day is this going to be? Okay, Saturday from what time to what time? Okay, okay, okay. Well, we'll make sure we continue to put that out, and maybe we get a chance to meet you when you're there. And I'm going to tell you, you're probably one of the few athletes I've actually wanted to meet. Most of them I didn't care nothing about meeting them. But you're a young fella, and you are a good example to what our young folks need to aspire to be, and giving something back don't hurt either.
Right. And say your name again so people will know who we were talking to.
Daniel Thomas. Okay, so we want to get together on Saturday from 1 to 3, and you if you need something, you can't provide everything, but you need a hot meal, you need some socks, you need this and that. Come up there to Lee High School from 1 to 3, and they get a chance to meet you and see the work that you're doing. All right. Well, listen, I appreciate you spending. I know it's early in the morning, but you're used to getting up early. That's what them camps and all that stuff for. So we appreciate. Okay. Also, so you're not in Montgomery right now. Oh, Jack, is that Florida or North Carolina? Well, I don't know.
Never know.
Yeah, I don't. I ain't too smart when it comes to that stuff. Okay. Well, listen, appreciate it, and I hope you have a successful year this year in football, and do your thing and make us proud. You're already making us proud. So, but bring home a championship, okay? Okay, then. We'll see you on Saturday. Just say hi to you. Thanks. Appreciate you too. All right, let me take a break, and we'll be back right after these messages. Donald is with us, and we'll talk more about this.
WSFA First Alert Weather Forecast on News Radio 1440.
I think that's very admirable. A young man who wants to come back and do something. He probably doesn't know exactly what to do here, but he just wants to do something. Do something. In other words, rather than just talk about the big fancy car that he drives and the money he's making and the clothes, he's grounded. You know what? You know what's important there? He mentioned family. He's grounded because of his family. That's very admirable. We hear so many negative stories, and you're talking about Cam Newton. That was not a part of the conversation.
But he's going to North Carolina. I mean, he's going to the same team that Cam was on.
Team.
So that's what I was saying.
But that's another issue. But that distracts from what he was here for.
Yes.
And he was confused. And see, he didn't
handle that side. Wait, you handle that side of my head. You let me handle this one.
Hey, well, I'm here. I mean, while I'm here, I'm a part of what you're doing.
I hear you. Let me do my.
And I want people. I have no part in that.
What I was trying to do is show the comparison between him and him.
But he doesn't want to do that, and that's not what he's here for. See, because of what he was doing, that was inappropriate at the time. But I know that's but he didn't know you. I mean, that's why he was totally confused about the question.
Well, I just told him sometimes life throws your curve.
You know what?
He handled it.
He you know what? He's going into do his business now, and that has nothing to do with him.
That's right.
And he's handling his business.
Yeah.
He's going in the building now to do what he got to do. But he wanted to mention it, and he had a short time to do it. He wanted to talk about what he was doing here in Montgomery.
I love seeing him smile.
I saw it in the paper someplace. Somebody reached out to me, asked me if I wanted to talk to him on that.
Well,
I like talking to kids doing great things.
Yeah, he's interested in doing something positive. That needs to be more of that.
Why? Because coaches have
I'm tired of hearing about the negative,
Believe it or not, me too. But he always hits you.
Well, if you dwell on it,
playing high school sports
I like to
isn't just safe.
dwell on the positive.
It's still the best way to give your teenager a healthy head start in life. And that's something I really love.
This message about the value of high school sports is presented by the Alabama High School.
You've been there 4 years. If you make it one more year, you'll be pretty good.
Yeah, I thought
life expectancy is 5 years.
I thought you had been there 7 years to get it.
Yeah, 7, but the life expectancy in the NFL is 5 years. Most of them never get retirement. It's very rare to get it. Most people don't know. Think about it. Every year they have a draft. That means somebody lost a job every year.
Yeah, that's true.
And whether it's the NFL or the NBA. Think about it. Not that many jobs to fill. So they have that draft. They're like, man, look at all these guys getting drafted.
Somebody gone. You may not know it yet, but
most of them don't make it. They make a big deal. The only guy, the top 10 are the only ones who really make it. Like Jalen Hurts, he automatically, being first round, he has guaranteed money. Your first draft round pick automatically have
And I was
guaranteed.
glad to see
They
that.
have a percentage of it that's guaranteed.
Bryce Young, I was
and
glad
he
to see
has the best contract, you know.
He does $255 million. I was glad for him. He's always seemed to be a stand-up young man. Just a,
You know what? He did something that was rare. He sat on the bench, knowing he's better than the guy that's out there, and didn't say a word. He just went to Oklahoma and did the same thing.
yeah.
You know?
although the thing with him and Tua, you know, Tua was a pretty good.
He was okay.
Yeah, he was okay.
But he wasn't durable.
Right.
Jalen Hurts is durable.
Yeah, that's true.
But that's usually happening a lot of times. Guys from the islands are not that durable. And that's not a racial thing. It's just that their diet and where they're from, they're not durable. You think about most of the guys you see from the islands, they're very short term.
Although the Samoans,
but they're very short term. They're big, but they're short term.
Yeah.
Short term. You know, like
I don't want to be in front of
like the actor that was at Miami. You know, that's why he went into acting and wrestling. The Rock.
Oh, The Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But he wasn't durable.
Yeah, he
got to fight it, but it's not durable.
Yeah. Okay, we're back. Let's go to the phone, see who's there at 7:30 in the morning. All right, good morning. Yes. Okay, what was on your mind? I forgot. Yes. And for his parents. I mean, that's it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But LT, I think one of the problems, and I'm with you at least from a reasonable position. But here's the problem: we got so many domestic people who are doing this. Until does it really make a difference whether or not he was illegally here or not? He's doing the same thing to the folks who are born here. Yeah, you can. I guess you can. But listen, I hear what you're saying about the illegality of him being in the United States. But we're living in such a time that hell, the legal one just as bad. You know. Right.
Colin, I think probably what Kevin said, partially what you're talking about is, let me take a deep breath. The problem is we have too much gun violence, period. It doesn't matter where the person comes from. What's more important is what they're doing. We have here in Alabama, one of the mass shootings that happened here. All of those were legal citizens of the United States. It doesn't matter whether they were black, white, illegal, or legal. Why are they doing it? Period. That's what we need to talk about. And we've gotten away from the subject. What's more important is there are mass shootings in this country. It's by people who live here, people who come here from other countries. Why is it happening? That should be the important thing. It's not important to me whether he's a legal or illegal alien or whether he's black or white. Why are people doing it, period? And it was a simple thing.
Well,
his neighbor said, stop shooting your gun.
Right. But to his point, and again, I always have to see both sides. To his point, we got enough of our own. Why are we allowing people to come in here to do us harm?
That's not the point.
But I'm just saying
we've thrown something into the subject that is not a part of the subject.
But one thing
But
about
if
it,
you make it a part of the subject, it could be.
but those
Is it
people wouldn't
important
be
to you?
dead this morning by him if they'd have kept him out of the country.
Look, well, what can we say about the people here in Dale County?
Well, we got to deal with our own. But we don't really have to deal with somebody else's own.
That is not the issue. The issue is
Well, to you it's
we
not.
have mass. Well, to me,
to
we
you
have
it's
mass
not.
shootings. That's
Right.
the issue.
And we got enough people doing it.
Immigration is not the issue right now.
Well,
That's a separate
it was the issue with him.
That's a separate issue. Yeah. Well, you turned it. The issue to me, the greater point is in Dale County, we had citizens who did not possess a gun legally also. Why did
But
they
they are a
have
citizen.
those?
We got our own crooks. We don't
Well,
need
what
them.
I'm saying is the point is we have killings by people who shouldn't be killing, who shouldn't have a gun, and they have a gun. My whole point is we're getting off the issue. The issue is there is too much gun
Well, the
violence.
issue is that we got
But
people
now
killing
we've
you,
changed.
yeah.
But and I understand your point. You're saying and you deal with it as an immigration issue. I'm dealing with the issue of violence, period. And that's what's most important. Why do we have young kids who are juveniles possessing these guns that can kill multiple people and have these magazines?
But so can a car.
But I'm saying, and that's the same thing this guy had. This guy had that's woulda, coulda, shoulda. In other words, I don't deal with woulda, coulda, shoulda. I only deal with what is. What is, we have people.
Right.
Well, and that's the same thing you could say about the young kids who had the guns in Dale County in Alabama. Well, let's see, once you go down the word if they had known that these kids had those guns, that wouldn't have happened. If, let's deal with what is.
Well, it appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, that's my perspective. I understand what he's saying. We can turn any issue into an issue of immigration or any of those things.
Good morning.
Let's deal with what is.
Good morning.
Now, I'm not a doctor. Please do not put that label on me. I have not earned it in any way, form, or fashion, educationally or.
I know, we know that. We know.
Okay. No, sir. I do not have a degree, and so I'm giving my perspective. Give me yours. What is your perspective, sir? What is your perspective, sir, on the issue? And what was the curse? There's no such thing as black in the Bible as a race. Race does not exist and didn't exist until 1500, sir. So don't give me the Bible or talking about race. And that's what you believe. And that's what you believe. And you believe what? And you believe what, sir? Black, sir, he was a human being. There is no such thing as race. That was created by the Europeans in the 1500s to justify racial slavery, sir. The Bible does not mention race at all. There is no such thing as race.
But it
sir.
does mention the different tribes.
Yeah,
different people.
No, it only mentions your where you were from and what you did. The racist is a term created by Europeans.
Okay. Well, I see you guys are not going to agree on anything, so let me go to this caller right here. Been waiting a while. Good morning. Right. Who's this? Good morning,
sir. Yes, sir.
See you later, Ed. I'll be back after this.
Oh, the elf man. Well, you know what that is. You do know that.
If you call and give your opinion, I ain't got no problem with it.
It's not going to be that. It's not going to be that.
Yes,
well, that's because you don't have a solution.
Yeah, it's true. I don't.
And whatever comes through. And you have to deal with it. And the star. Hey, we're the star this year.
That water will stay cold in here for 1 week.
Well, it's a good thing you're drinking water instead of soda.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just know what I'm assuming. I'm proud of you there. You increase the amount of water and reduce the amount of sugar.
Yeah.
Caramel colored soda. I'm proud of you.
11 scriptures about race.
There is no such thing as about race.
11 scriptures about race. Let's go. Let's see what it says.
That's an interpretation.
Genesis. So God created man in his own image, and the image of God has created him, male and female, he created them.
There is no reference to race in the Bible. But
there also is no reference to Trinity in the Bible.
That's not my subject right now.
Right. I'm just saying.
My subject is, and that's a matter of belief. And we're talking about science. There is no science in the Bible. And one of those sciences is race. What created science. There was no such thing as race until 1500.
Well, but we are all different. Why is my
we are phenotypes.
Well, whatever they call it, but I'm not a white guy. I'm not a white person. As a white person,
and what is the difference? There is no difference. They cannot tell your race by your anything.
By your DNA?
No. They can only tell your location of where you come from. And that doesn't give race.
Well, that's right, because they're white Africans.
Right.
I got that part. Yeah.
Right. And they're blue eyes. They're Africans with blue eyes. Sure. So that is not that the phenotype is determined. And that's when you get into a thing that is in conflict with the Bible. Evolution determines how up these go. People evolve the way they go. Now, because people can build an airplane.
You weren't there.
I'm giving a science. It is a science. If you believe, it is a belief.
It's a belief. It's now the science theory, the theory of evolution.
Right, the theory of
Now,
evolution.
which makes more sense than the theory of the Bible. That and I knew where he was going down there because I know exactly what he was talking about. But he's going to try and say that black people are cursed. That's where he was going. And I cut it off by saying, see, and I cut it off because there is no reference of race in the Bible. Race became imagination of the European. There is no such thing as an American Indian. It was created in 1492. Prior to 1492, there was no such thing.
Well, there's probably no such thing. There's probably no such thing as an African. Man came.
You're right. You know what? They were Nubian, Ethiopian, Kush.
Somebody gave them
and the Europeans gave them the name. Even the name Africanus. That is European.
No.
So what I'm saying is Africa is a continent. Right. Europe is a continent. Right. And there did not exist on Europe the people who Christopher Columbus brought there. He thought he was in India, and he told it because they didn't speak the language. And he brought those people there, those prisoners. That's what they were.
Is it relevant today?
Yes, it is, because if you'll be like this man who got off and said that the Bible says in Genesis that black people are cursed. That's what he was. That's where he was going. If you believe something, that is your perception.
Yeah, I mean, he can do
that. Is his belief. Yeah. But what you perceive is what you believe. That does not make it true. That is what you believe. That was my last week's comment, and that's what he was referring back to. Whether you know it or not, that's what he believed. That's what he perceived. And that is perspective, the point of view that takes on.
I hear you, bro. Okay, then, little hippie music for a second. I mean, if you can't, the boss gas can't make you move, nobody can. Oh, yeah. 860-1440, you can catch me 241-9998. I don't, just not serious about that. Donald Jenkins is with us. Don't forget the Mr. Right, that young man is doing wonderful things. Daniel, thank you, Daniel Thomas, I think. I will be here on Saturday at Lee High School. So I'll be, I'll get that. But I'll stop by there. Up and down together in the year. Let me see here. Good morning, who's this? Good morning, Steve. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm beginning to think whether or not y'all for the LGBT movement, because y'all all that loving. Listen, you can be adamant about your position. You can be dogmatic, but you also can be wrong. That's your perspective. And the perspectives can be wrong.
It is your perspective.
And it still can be wrong.
Your perspective is based on what you perceive.
Okay.
Like
and your perception could be flawed.
Your perception. Your understanding.
And your understanding could be wrong.
It can be different. I'm not saying it's wrong.
It can be wrong.
It can be different.
Yeah. Hey, Steve. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. But now, just so I, no, no, no. People just like, but just to make sure that I get that story you took, and I want to make sure that I heard correctly. So you're telling me now, without any proof, now you got to come up with the story. Now, is this a parable or is this a react? Is this a react? Because yeah. So we don't know if it's true or not. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a parable.
Okay. Okay. That's what I want to know. All right. That's what I want to know. Because so a guy wrote an X down for his name, he gets passes. Okay. I hear you. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. That was a parable, sir. Yeah, that's the way I take it. That was a parable, and it really just to prove a point that things it's just like you're talking now. A lot of things are said, whether they're true or not, have to. Yeah, they do. Where is it? Okay. What's your point? Well, violence is violence, but what we're hearing a lot of now, what is multiple killings now. Now you don't see it's hard to kill 25 people with a knife by yourself at the same time. But you can take an AK whatever and shoot 25 people and spray. That's the difference. That's what I'm talking about is the gun violence, which seems to be happening a lot, where a lot of innocent people are getting killed. Innocent bystanders. That sure don't care. I don't have a fix for it, sir. That's what we were talking about. What is the problem? There's this fascination with guns. No, I don't know. I'm not a legislator. Sir, I'm not legislation is not the key. This is a moral issue. It is not a legal issue. It's a moral issue. Good, good. You'll probably tell me it is. What is it? Okay, I figured it would be. Okay, I don't know. Okay, okay. And what's your point? You're right. Now we agree on something. You don't have a point. No, I was giving my perspective on a problem, sir. Okay, you think education is the key? Is one of the keys? Okay. Okay. That is a problem. There you go. Okay, thank you.
Well, listen, I'm always glad to get a little help. Appreciate it. Good morning. Who's this? Okay. All right. I don't disagree with that statement. Okay. Somebody told me to ask you, do you believe in absolutes?
What does that mean?
Absolutely.
What's the purpose? What is the purpose of believing in absolute? Absolute what? Within context, absolute what? That is such a vague question. Absolute what?
You know, well, maybe they'll send me the follow-up.
Yeah, send me follow-up.
Absolute about right and wrong.
What is the context?
Well, right is right and wrong is wrong.
What is the context?
Now you can confuse me. Right is right and wrong is wrong.
Is it right still?
Yes, depending on the time.
Is there an absolute in that?
Well, that's not murder, but we've been
see when you say absolute, it's such a vague concept. Yeah. Well, absolute right and wrong.
Okay, how about truth? Is it that truth is
within the context of what?
Well, the truth is true.
What is true?
What is real?
What is real?
What can't be changed?
What can't be changed? There's nothing that can't be changed.
And many things can. And therein lies our absolutism. Therein lies
well, where is this going? This is such an abstract concept.
You can't change a lie into truth.
My question is, what is the purpose of the question to begin with? Because what is the question?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that first. Come on, who's this? Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good.
Great. How about yourself? Okay.
Okay. Hey, I gotta go though. Our time is up, but you got 30 seconds. You go. Okay. I appreciate it. We gotta go. We'll be back.
You disappeared on me.
Well, people got something to do from the Rotary Club. So they got something.
That's too late. You always. You schedule people on Wednesday, I never remember. Because you ain't the gift. You are the. Why you always do it on Wednesday? I gotta go today and say, nah. You know, what were they? What are they? Road report. And what are they talking about? I don't have to. You don't have it. Well, it's a strip ball or something. It's just a comic.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Russia is making serious claims against Ukraine this morning. Pentagon Secretary Jim McCormick. No, it's Russia accuses Ukraine of using drones today to attack the Kremlin in a failed bid to kill President Putin. It's a dramatic statement, and it's unclear if it's true. The Kremlin claims 2 drones were used in the alleged attack on Putin's residence within the Kremlin compound. Moscow is now saying it may use the incident to escalate the war in Ukraine. A senior Ukraine official says his country had nothing to do with the reported strike. Authorities in Belgrade say a 7th grader who allegedly killed 8 classmates and the school bus at his father's homecoming teammate had made a detailed plan that included the use of his victims in all classes. They say the suspect was arrested in the schoolyard after calling police and confessing. An investigation into the murder is underway. We just learned of another arrest in a mass shooting in Cleveland, Texas. Sheriff Tuskegee suspect has now been taken into custody. News comes hours after Texas was found near Houston hiding under a pile of laundry. He found one since Friday that he allegedly opened fire on a neighbor's home after he was asked to stop shooting in his yard. Deputy U.S. Marshal Joe released the pellets, which was an explosive bomb. The officer was commanded and fear is rippling through campus at UC Davis after 3 separate stabbings in the last week. 200 different. There's still no suspect in custody. 3 stabbings over the last week, all within roughly a mile of Cleveland, a small city with haven't seen since 2018.
You know, Wednesday is the day you get a lot of listeners that don't know how to listen. You remind me of that all the time. I remind you all the time. I just in case.
In LA.
Well, that's always well, for now. You're out there for the reasons I had sometimes. I wasn't trying to do like her job. I left it.
In charge of
weekend, don't worry, I wasn't a Brits fan either. New survey found that almost 80% of Brits between the ages of 18 and 24 are not interested, saying that King Charles was quote out of touch. Those numbers decreased with the older generation. The result also coincided with ethnicity, with more than half of non-Caucasian Brits saying monarchy was a problem with their government.
What was the rest of the world? What else did we do? We probably would do it last. Listen, it really is. It's that they live for free ceremony. Yeah, they don't live for free. But they made that same that is with that free. Yeah, that's good morning, sir. How are you? My brother. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. I had an early meeting. Shut off. Down. You're the big time. I had an early meeting this morning, so I didn't pick up the first 30 minutes. Pick up at 7:30 on me and listen to the conversation. He's not calling him doctor. He will not earn a doctor. Although I do have a PhD. Yes. Okay. That's right, brother. I see them there. I am so caught up in just enthusiastic. I just understand. I feel the positive energy flowing through my body. I went to the gym at 4:30 this morning and exercise at 6. I go to boot camp Monday at our church. We got Keon Abson. He's a really good boy. But anyway, again, I had a meeting that was Chappie. So yeah. Do you have any tickets with us?
I've got some in the truck. Yeah. You want me to run down there and get them?
Well, not now, but I thought we could leave Kevin, maybe 4 of them, and then we could give them to callers or whatever tomorrow. When is it? When is it? It's Saturday. Okay, good. I'll do it. If we can give them 4, sure. Yeah, and then we can give them to some of your VIP clients. Okay. Call in and answer what is DEI. Yeah. Diversity, inclusion. What's the other word? Oh my goodness. DEI, not DIE. Diversity, inclusion. Oh, that's all right. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's the word. That's that word. We don't quite know what that means. We know what that means. And we know what we perceive it to be. I'm gonna give you an example of that. My office. All 4 of us got 5 of them. Yeah. And they were all the same. Yeah. But one of them was a female. Yeah. She needs to separate out from all. Even all of us get a fight. She should get one that's appropriate for her. Wow. That's why they make women all we can do is just want to buy. Originally, women wore dresses. She want to bite. She don't. No, when women wore dresses, they have to lift their leg up to expose their tongue. Kevin, if you need to come in possibly. You need some remedial things. Sit out in the chair. Y'all can say that bite over there. Okay, we're back. I gotta. Now let's do it. I'm gonna let you. I can sit. It comes down, unless you're gonna stand up the whole time. There you go. I love it. Okay, then. Little Teddy Pendergrass. We need them to calm me down. 860-434 is the number. But for the time being, don't call right now. I can't take a call right now. I got a couple of guests in the studio with me right now. Donald's not a guest. He's like a roommate that only comes home every 2 weeks. Ain't that in there?
Yeah. Okay, good. I bet people didn't know that was Whitney Houston. Remember Come and Go With Me? That was Whitney Houston at the end in that song. Anyway, y'all just get close to that microphone right there. Anyway, we got a guest. The Rotary Club's in the house. 2 members of the Rotary Club. Here, one question is Willie Durham. Everybody knows Willie. He's on every magazine. I can't get a speaking spot in town because he always got it.
You gotta have something to say.
I got plenty to say. I want to have people to hear. And my other guest, tell me what your name is.
My name's Chuck Glasgow.
Yeah.
Well, I do that every weekend. Yeah.
Y'all got this on board. Anyway, you guys are 2 members of the Rotary Club. You guys got something going on this weekend.
Chuck is our club president for this year, and something I'd like you to have an opportunity for your audience.
A little closer to the mic.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Chuck Glasscock is the club president under Sunrise Rotary. We're here and thank you for allowing us to have some time with your audience this morning, Kevin. And Chuck, can you tell them why we're here this morning?
Oh, absolutely. Be glad to. We this year we're raising money for the Second Chance Foundation, which is a great foundation nonprofit that invests in the lives of young people across the region. These young people have made some hookups in their life. They need a boost, and this foundation helps them along the way. So what we're doing is we're presenting a shrimp boil, all you can eat shrimp boil under the Union Station train shed. That'll be this Saturday, May 6th, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. And we're going to have entertainment, stuff for the kids, and a lot of good time just raising monies for the Second Chance Foundation.
So, what exactly is a shrimp bowl?
A shrimp bowl, Kevin, is shrimp, corn. We're going to have some potatoes.
All mixed in together?
All mixed in together.
That's like jambalaya.
And also those people that have allergies for seafood, we're going to have hot dogs, some things for them as well.
What about my staple meal?
The dressing?
Okay.
Maybe we'll look at that in the year's time. Right now it's a shrimp bowl.
The cornbread dressing is always good. You can't go wrong with cornbread dressing.
It's one to a great cause. Okay. The Second Chance Foundation. We just want to invite the audience to come out and support it. The Rotary Club celebrated Chuck's birthday.
It's the 28th year this year. April is 28 years. Montgomery Sunrise Rotary has been in existence, doing good across the country.
And what is the mission of the Rotary Club? You always hear about these organizations, but I don't really know what the mission is. I don't get invited to speak.
Well, we are members of the Montgomery Sunrise Rotary Club. We meet every Friday at 7 o'clock in the RSA conference. Our Rotary Club is International City Club, service above self. We look for opportunities to serve in the community. In our particular club, it's called the Rotary Club. It's been around since 1990. This club has given over $250,000, $250,000 back to the community. We've sponsored organizations such as Dragon Cross Academy. We've done something with the We've all downtown, Kevin King Campus. So we're functional mission. We've done so much in this community. So the money we get back.
I believe when Donald was on the
Lincoln Cemetery.
The Lincoln Cemetery, I think you guys actually gave something to that also.
Yes, we actually went out there and helped clean it up a little. And we've even provided utensils and everything for the truck that the Salvation Army uses to go out, the canteen truck. Yeah.
So I'm glad you mentioned that. That's one of the things that I've done. Member of our club, Richard Wallace, is very instrumental. Richard really believed that Mr. Jenkins are all the time, have known for a long time. But that was one of the things that he was really instrumental in. And I want to thank you publicly for the work that you've done for that cemetery.
Well, it was a community effort, and the Rotary Club was one of those members that helped.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, if it hadn't been for him, me feeling sorry for him. When I've been going down Harrison Road, whatever road that is. That guy over there always in the cemetery by himself. I thought maybe he was, getting his own thing ready.
So I couldn't tell. So I went over and talked to him one day, and to find out that one man over keep this thing up, and nobody else seemed to care. So I got me involved in it, and I've been a good talker for it since then.
Well, he was getting himself ready because that's called sending up your appointment. He's preparing his mansion. So he was really getting himself ready.
Okay. So, Shrimp Boil is going to be today, Saturday.
Saturday,
At
May
what time?
6th,
May 6th.
from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the evening. And we look forward to everybody coming out and joining us.
Now, what if somebody wants to get involved in Rotary Club? Is that something that you have to get chosen for, or can you put an application?
Well, there's naturally a process, but we invite anybody to come join us Friday mornings at 7 a.m. at the Commerce Cafe. The best way to find out about Rotary is coming to visit the club. And the Sunrise Rotary, like Mr. Durham said, we meet 7 a.m. Friday mornings, and we'd love to have you come out and see what we're all about.
And to show you they are certainly a pretty good group of people that we've been giving back. That's the only people in town that ever had me come speak to. I got the chance to do that one time. They haven't called me back, but I did get a chance to go speak.
Well, you have some skills, Kevin, with the computer skills, and you've been able to help some organizations as well.
Yeah.
So you are living the Rotary model, service and representative.
I would like to speak to you. Anyway,
this Saturday you have an opportunity to speak with your dollars.
Okay.
4 o'clock, Shrimp Boil. Tickets are reasonable. The proceeds are going back to the.
I figured I'm just too honest. We can't handle honesty anymore. I just can't do it anymore.
Well, Kevin, also we would like to leave you some tickets.
Yes.
For your audience.
And I'm gonna make people work for them. Ain't nothing free. But we gonna get some tickets, so we'll get to you guys between now and tomorrow.
And Kevin, let me say that the city of Montgomery can get these tickets at sunriserotary.org. We're selling them online. So go ahead and jump online at sunriserotary.org and purchase your ticket for the all-you-can-eat shrimp boil.
Now, just in case Rotary is spelled.
Oh, it's ROTARY.
Make sure we have it. When you type it into Google, you want to make sure you get the right spelling.
There you go.
There's
Sunrise
Rotary. You might end up with X, something like that. You know what?
SunriseRotary.org, Kevin.
SunriseRotary.org.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
I got you. That's it. We'll be back.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you, sir. You always do. You don't like anything. You serve the community. Every needs a leader. And oftentimes leaders reflect.
Got one.
I know you don't get that. Now you can get back to DEI.
Yes, yeah.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah, I ain't know.
Something gets some tickets on the
I don't ever get no credit yet.
U.S. oil and gas and
Believe me, I'm a lot more than just a real housewife. And now I'm tackling a whole new territory with my very own podcast. It's subscribe to Move It Up with Vicky so you don't miss a thing. From the Westwood One Podcast Network, where the conversation starts. Hi, I'm Queen Latifah. I'm the Wolf
I don't make it offensive.
Hey, I'm not, you want to give them away. I don't want to. And welcome back, everybody. Yeah, our number is 860-1440. I guess you know, thank Willie Durham and Reverend Goliath for coming up here. And tomorrow we'll be giving away these tickets. I got 4 of them. I haven't figured out how I'm gonna give them away yet, though. Shrimp ball, they cost a little bit, though. Our numbers are 860-1440. Okay, I told you what I lost my $50 for today. And I would just beg that, you know, that when things happen around a public school, you don't really have to bring it to WSFA, WAKA, and Montgomery Advertiser. You really don't have to mention the school to get people in a panic, make them think that all $50 yesterday. They said something happened around Lee School. I was running out the house to get the child, and the keys in the house and everything. Right, you can say in the area, right, but not at the school. Yeah, they didn't put out the right words. There should be no ambiguity in what it said.
So if anything, so listeners should know if there's anything that's happening around any public around us in the area.
Well, I'm just trying to figure how far around geographically, how the school always seems to get, even if it's 3 blocks away.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's to avoid that area.
That's why. Okay.
Good morning. Who's this? Good morning. Yes. Yes.
Good morning, sir. I'm doing fine, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Appreciate it. Mm-hmm. Very good. Go back to phone, and we'll get to last night's meeting at the city council. If you, some things I wanted to discuss this morning. Good morning. Good morning.
All right, appreciate it. There are a lot of things at that city council meeting last night that kind of mentioned me. You know, I am I am for a police review board.
Why?
Okay, and I'm glad you asked the question. It is the purpose of the board that is at question here. I believe they should be used, and I liked what the woman, and me and her don't agree on much of anything. Eisner was her name, Insler, I think that's her name.
Okay.
Tabitha Eisner spoke well last night. I don't normally agree with Democrats, but there needs to be a what do you call it, a portal by which regular people can talk to people next to the people in power and explain to us, because the problem we have sometimes when it comes to policing is that what is legal may not to us look like what is right. Okay, police can lie to you by Supreme Court, but you cannot lie to the police. That's legal. And in the course of their investigation, if they got to tell you a quick one, okay, well, so be it. You shouldn't have did the crime. But there are things that policing do that we don't understand. I think the police review board, I don't think it should have any power to subpoena anybody.
And it won't have.
Right. And I don't and don't, don't need it.
Let me ask you this. There are citizen review boards throughout the country.
Right.
Are you familiar with any of them?
I'm familiar with
Here's
the one.
the difference. I'm familiar with a lot of them.
Let me answer the question.
Well, what I'm going to say, Kevin, because I keep hearing this.
Let me answer the question.
Go ahead.
Don't answer me a question. Just answer it for me. Okay. I did some research on them. I'm familiar with some of them. As a matter of fact, because I was just trying to figure out how it would work without. I don't want to give a bunch of civilians who know nothing about policing police power.
Have you read the guidelines of a police review board?
Well, I could have read them all, but
no, I'm saying there is a general guideline for a police review board.
Yeah.
Are you aware of that?
Give me the short version. Just
the short version is there is a general guideline for a police review board. It does absolutely no good to review what has been done. So all you can do is tell me what the police. You have citizens telling you the same thing that the police would have told you.
But
That's all it does.
But I
it has
feel
no
more
power to do anything.
Yeah, and that's right. I don't know
other than repeat what they were told.
But it is a communicative arm of the city.
It's like any other board.
Okay.
They have no power.
Well, again,
they're just citizen representation.
They have the power to disseminate.
Okay, watch this.
Information.
You're on a board right now, right?
Yeah.
What is that board?
Queen City.
Okay. You were on another board.
Yeah.
Why did you get off of that board?
Because we had no power.
Okay. So what you're just saying about you on the Parks and Recreation board, right?
Right.
All you can do is repeat to other people what you were told by the people who are in charge of doing what is need to be done.
But now
you can do absolutely nothing.
But on the police review board,
okay,
I do have common sense. I can understand basic concepts. And you can't, and somebody needs to explain to me why you beat the hell out of a guy who didn't have a weapon.
And all you can do is repeat what they told you.
But I'm
So
in touch. I'm in touch. I, as a citizen of City of Montgomery, I want to go to somebody who's not paid by the government to tell me things.
You know what? You're on Clean City. I was on Clean City for a while, and I'm on the advisory board right now because I was a former president. Okay. We did several things on that board. Watch this.
Right.
That changes. The city does what they want to do.
Sure.
One of the things we did was we implemented, there were too many, during election year, there are all these signs everywhere, all of these yard signs. Everywhere. So we had a piece of legislation that we recommended to the city. And
I remember that one.
You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what happens now? Everywhere you go, there's signs everywhere, right?
And I
so
think that
it doesn't matter. You don't have any power.
That's true.
All you can do is give a recommendation on what you heard.
However, here's what I want. What I want the police review board to do strictly as a communicative arm of the Montgomery Police Department and Montgomery government. So I can call up, and if I got a concern, because they'll have the ear at least of somebody closer to the problem than I will.
And then what can you do?
Well, with the people can do lots of things.
You have no power.
I ain't talking on the board.
The review board has no power.
But
all they do, you know what?
The people can do things.
Every city that has introduced a citizen review board, and there are citizen review boards that have been done away with. Because you know what they do? The people find out. All I can do is repeat to you what the police told me.
But they don't have to play that game.
And what is the game?
And to parrot what somebody tells you, because I want them to have some investigative power to look into things, not to subpoena, not to do anything, but to look into does my common sense tell me?
Repeat what they tell you.
No, you don't have to do that.
They will tell you no more than they'll tell anyone else. Do you know this? The citizen review board will get no more information than the people who are out.
Wait. We got
any citizen can get.
We live in the city. We live in the communities that are affected. We got people in this thing that live in all 9 districts. They know. So the police may not tell you everything, and they shouldn't because they're investigating things. But we do have the ability to know our neighbors and our friends.
You know what I'm going to tell you is going to happen? I'm not against it. Go ahead. I want you to go ahead, have a citizen review board, and once you have it, everything I'm telling you, I'm going to be able to tell you, I told you so.
And maybe
because
so.
All you can do is repeat what the police tell you.
No, you don't. You are still a citizen of Montgomery. You live in these communities. You know things that the police don't know.
Who should be on the police review board?
Well, that's up to, there needs to be a police officer.
Okay.
Retired.
Everyone that's not on the police review board is said the people who are on there, they're just sucking up to the city.
Well, I don't care what they say.
That's what's going to happen.
We say that about city council.
That's what happens. Yeah, that's what they say.
We say that. Yeah. But it needs to be a police officer.
And here's the difference.
Yeah.
People will be on, and you know what? I can guarantee you, the people on the police review board who are chosen, they will be chosen so that they will be quiet and shut their mouth. Okay, I told you. Now it's on you. You explain.
So you are okay. So you are disavowing the credibility of people before they even get there.
No, I'm just telling you. If I can,
they're sellouts.
No,
they sell out.
That's what's going to happen because they can only repeat what they are told.
That's not true.
What is it? What is the name of the board?
It's police review board.
It's citizen
or whatever you call it.
Review.
Right.
What is a review?
We relook. We take a look at what is given to us and see whether
You
or not
review
right
what you're given.
But we also, again, that's
And
why,
what are they going to give you other than what they give a regular citizen?
it's not
You know what
what,
it is?
it's not what they're going to give us.
The only thing they can give you is public information.
No. You live in these communities. You know, Mama and John. You know, and the Glenn and the Mr. Gunn.
And now they're going to believe you all of a sudden.
No.
Because you're repeating what the police told
But
you.
you know. You said you know Mr. Gunn. You knew Mr. Gunn.
Yeah.
You know things that the police don't know that you know.
That's not the issue.
But again,
the police not interested in Mr. Gunn. All they're going to tell you.
We know all kinds of things.
And this is what misunderstood, and people and there are people who.
Donald, you're not right about everything.
I'm not right.
You're not right about
everything,
everything, brother.
I'm telling you this.
Okay.
All you have the ability to do is repeat what the police.
We can investigate our own. We can. We're citizens.
No, you don't.
We can ask any question.
You don't have it.
We can ask any question as a citizen we want.
And they can give you any answer.
That's true. But logic and reason would dictate if it don't make sense. It don't make sense. That's true. But I want a collective of somebody from 9 different districts on this board.
And what will they do? You know what?
They'll ask questions.
And here's what's
they'll
going to
ask
happen.
questions.
You have police from all 9 districts don't have the same problem, so they're not going to have the same questions.
And that's true.
And then what you'll end up with a 5-4 board.
Again,
that will be exactly like a 5-4 council that I just heard an argument of.
I don't know
because there are different districts that have different needs.
Good morning.
So there'll be different questions. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, you are. Right.
Caller is not going to happen. I'm trying to explain. You're reviewing information that the police would give us anyway.
But we know information because we live here in this city.
So
we
it's
know
not
things
going to-
already.
They're not going to divulge any information that would endanger an investigation. Right.
Right. Then you go ask for more. Then you ask for
You're
more.
only going to get what they give any other system.
Okay, listen, I have got to take the last break an hour. We way over. I'll be back.
I'm serious.
I think you're dead wrong.
And that's fine. But if you'll prove me wrong, read the guidelines.
Yeah, I don't care about the guidelines. I don't care about the guidelines.
There's a guideline.
I don't care. I know as a
There's a guideline.
I live in
what the
Capitol
police
Heights.
can tell you.
Okay, I live in Capitol Heights. Okay, if you tell me that this guy, I saw this guy walking down the street several weeks ago. That okay, I know what I know in my own community. So regardless of what the police tell me, I know things that they don't know. And you put all of that in a group, all of those things, regardless, you put 9 people on this board, we've got 9 districts, and then we can, as citizens, we can put in a freedom of information thing right now and get information. So they can't, right, but we are citizens. We have power in this city.
You are reviewing what has already happened.
That's the board. That's the
it.
board. But as an individual, I have a right to ask other questions.
You can only review what has happened.
And the
It's
Congress,
in the
wait a minute. Congress is supposed to be the one
You're
who
only
spends the
reviewing-
money.
Hold on.
But they don't.
You only review. First of all, you're not getting paid.
Okay.
We're reviewing information that the police choose to give.
That's true. But we know other things because we are.
And that's irrelevant. You can only review the information given to you.
I can view what's in my own head.
And
I know when I'm being BS.
Hey, here's the thing. You are reviewing the information given to you.
And what about the information I get outside of them?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What is it called? Police review. There's a police review board. All the citizens is take the information that the police give you and give a recommendation.
That's the official position.
That's all.
But the unofficial position, when you
Only
do it,
official.
we can get the whole town in an uproar. If things go wrong, and we don't get the right information.
If you follow the guidelines, the citizen and the criminal guidelines, all you can do is recommend a discipline.
That's fine. That's fine.
On the information that is given.
But we, as citizens, we have more power as a citizen than we do with being on the board.
Only after the police have given an investigation, all you can do is review the information about that investigation.
You know, there are many times the Department of Defense denied a permit to march. He marched anyway. I don't care anything about what the rules say. I'm telling you, human beings, we as citizens have more power than we do as a board. Alrighty then, we're about 860-14 that number here. Police, citizen, whichever one you want to call it, citizen review board, police review board, whichever one you want to call it. I think every city should have one. No. But that's what I think. Okay. You know what? Let me take this call. Good morning, on there. Yes. I think it is.
Let me ask you this. What is the purpose of a police review board? It's a short answer. What is the purpose of a police review board? Go ahead.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. But that's not an answer. Okay. But that's not the issue. That's not the issue. What is the purpose of a review board? That's right.
And that's not true. That's not true, though.
No. But see, if you understand, there's a guideline for a review board. And what is that guideline so everyone follows it? Yes. So, and I'll make this very clear, and you can look it up, and this is what happened. A police review board is a board that is established after a police investigation. The information about that investigation is given to the review board to review after the investigation, and then after the board looks at it, they will give a recommendation for what would be required in that. They give a recommendation.
But that's all boards do.
That's what I just
But
told
sometimes,
you.
but sometimes some recommendations are better than others.
But you know what? The city has no obligation to follow any recommendation.
Yeah, that's right. That's been
So
not
what
wrong at
I'm
all.
saying to
Absolutely.
you, it is a waste of time if you have a confrontational relationship. The board does not matter because the city will not cooperate with you.
Well, that's your opinion.
That's not an opinion.
That's
That's
your
a
opinion.
fact.
That's your opinion. Yes. Without conflict, absolutely.
But if the person giving you, okay, let's go over it again.
Right. Right.
Conflict for the sake of conflict.
And if the policies and procedures does not enhance our quality of life, then they need to be redone.
Conflict or conflict does not help anything.
Yeah. Yeah, it will help.
It's just conflict.
Conflict is good.
No, it's
conflict is good sometimes.
No,
I love it.
I mean, it's very simple.
Yeah. Right. Right.
So if you have a conflict, okay.
Hey, well, let me tell you, I got to get off because I got to take some more call. For our time is almost up. Good morning. Who's this?
Sir, I am repeating verbatim any guideline for any review board. You may disagree, but okay, what am I wrong about? What am I wrong about? Well, give me one thing that was wrong. Give me one statement that was wrong. Give me what part of the statement that was wrong. Give me one part. You said I was wrong. Give me one part of my statement that was wrong. Because I gave you factual information. All you can do is review the information that was given. And what does that have to do? Where was I wrong, sir?
Well, you guys are gonna, yeah.
To review what? You are reviewing what? What does the review board review?
I appreciate it. I gotta go. I got a couple more calls. I gotta go.
I gave the answer.
Well, not really.
This because people think a review board is something it's not.
Good morning on air.
You're reviewing information you are given. The police do the investigation.
Y'all missing the point again. You're missing the point. It is not our job. And the ABI can give that information.
It's very odd. This is something we are agreeing on because you're giving factual information and I am, and we're being called wrong because we're giving the facts.
You're right. Good morning on there.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Morning. Right. Right. Right.
No, it's not, that's not the way it works, man.
Well, we don't know how it works in Montgomery, Alabama, because we don't have one.
The citizen can only review the
That's
information
a bunch of
given
crime.
to them by the police.
We live here, Donald. We know more than the police sometimes about what's going on.
Well, what does that have to do with an investigation?
Because that information will be disseminated within that investigation.
No, it's not.
Okay, well, you don't know that.
You know, let me explain it again.
It is a communicative department that communicates to the people.
Would someone please
we don't
look up the definition?
I don't care about it. I don't care about that definition.
And those cities that have it, all those citizens do is review the information after the investigation
Well, Montgomery's gonna be
and give a recommendation.
Good morning. Who's this?
Based on that.
Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. And it's not, hey, and you see what happened there? The mayor did exactly what he wanted to do. That's a very good example, ma'am. The mayor of Montgomery did exactly what he wanted to after we gave recommendations, and he did not have to follow it.
Sure.
And that's when I quit as the president of chairman of that board. So I know what, if I'm giving you, the same thing will happen there. You're giving a recommendation. The city does not have to follow the recommendation.
Well, the president don't have to follow recommendations. Yeah.
Hey, I'm telling you this. I'm not going to be disappointed. I want you to have a review board, but
Right.
I'm going to tell you, I told you so after it happens.
Well, let me take one more call.
Nothing's going to change.
Okay, I doubt that.
Because you go in thinking it's the wrong thing.
Something will change.
It's not power.
Good morning.
A recommendation is not power.
Well, right now
It's just a voice.
Right now, we don't have the ability to recommend.
You
morning.
don't know what to recommend.
I'm a citizen.
You're demanding. It's a
No,
difference
no,
between
no,
a
no,
recommendation and a demand.
See, the difference between
I hear people saying, "Oh, a caller told me I was wrong because he's making a demand."
No,
you cannot make a demand as a citizen review board.
We can make a demand as a citizen without being on a review board.
That's right.
That's right. So
you can make a demand, but they don't have to listen.
Well, nobody has to listen.
And
to
it's
you.
not effective.
Okay, well,
But if you give a recommendation,
you know, Martin Luther King made some demands.
Martin Luther King has nothing to do with.
Wait a minute.
I hate it when people bring Martin Luther King.
Well, just not just Martin Luther
we
King.
have a disagreement. First of all, no one has repeated what a citizen review board is.
We got to make
but
it
they can
what we
only
wanna make
tell
it.
me that I am wrong.
You are wrong.
For reviewing the information after an investigation, and you will only be given the same information
I
that was
believe,
given
I,
to
I
every other
believe
citizen.
that board will have its
But
own.
the board will make a recommendation as a board.
They will
that's it.
have. I believe this board will have some investigation.
It has no power.
I forget investigation.
It does not have an investigation.
Well, we don't do that.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
You cannot investigate. You will review the information.
We're
of
going
an
to
investigation.
We're going to investigate the investigation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're going to investigate. We're going to investigate the investigators. Okay, I'm just saying. Anyway,
You are delusional.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. Yeah. We're going to investigate the investigators.
Well, you know what?
Absolutely. That's what
You know what? This is one I'm going to tell you. I want you to get it because I want to get the people that are on the headphones in.
I'm just saying.
Now, because it sounds good, and people believe that, we don't do it. See, here's the difference. Kevin,